And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel and welcome to the Dice Tower. Today I'm going to do some quick reviews of a bunch of games that were disappointing to me for various reasons. I really thought I would like pretty much all of these, and I ended up either mildly disappointed or heavily disappointed. So let's go with the mild disappointments first. We have The Plan. This is from R&R Games. I really thought this would be a cool game because it's kind of a big rock, paper, scissors. You put out there's a bunch of treasures people want. You're going to play cards from your hand that match them. The more colors you match, the more treasures you might get, but you'll go last. It's a cool concept, except, especially with multiple players, it just ends up feeling very random. There's very few points, and it just felt, again, I was really kind of disappointed because the idea was cool, but you also get just random cards in your hand. Yes, you're passing them around the table, but wow, I was really disappointed. Spell. Oh, a two-player Magic Duel for 2 players, but it has kind of a cool cover. And then I found out that this is that kind of game where you're trying to put your stuff out there in a specific order, a bunch of squares in an area, to then control that area and cast spells. And oh my word, it got really boring. This one's not great. Mountains Out of Molehills. I like the concept of this one a lot. A programming game. There's moles. You're pushing dirt out from underneath the ground. But there's a few problems with it. The first is it's a very functionally difficult game. You have to be constantly taking things, stacking stuff underneath them, and the chance of you accidentally moving your hand and knocking over the whole board is really high. Secondly, the idea of the moles going underneath and pushing it, and whoever's on the bottom, that's fun. It's like, wow, it's unique in theory, but it's so counterintuitive. You're used to thinking the top controls something rather than the bottom. That's my most minor complaint. The biggest complaint, though, is it's kind of a programming game, and you don't know what the other players are going to do, and so everyone kind of just moves around randomly, and then someone wins. It just, I like the concept, has some neat pieces, but those are problems I couldn't overcome. Jenga Maker. Has nothing to do with Jenga. It's a bunch of pieces. You build shapes. If there's one good thing about this, my son had to work on describing to me, because what this game is you describe to somebody else how to make a shape. And you're like, no, turn the yellow sideways. No, turn it up. No, turn it on that side. No, that side. Now that side. Flip it over. That's this whole game in a nutshell. And you build shapes that look almost nothing like what the picture says. Like, if, for example, the one they show here is a kangaroo, I would not have guessed that. It's okay if you want a bunch of blocks. The color scheme. This one here is disappointing because it's a memory game. Oh, okay, and that's cool. When you see the pieces in this, they're really cool. You're just trying to move stuff around until you realize you can't see your own pieces, the colors on the front of them, but you can see the wood grains on each of them. And guess what? The wood grains are drastically different. Once I know that the one wood grain is red, I'll never forget that. That's insane. I don't know how anyone did not notice that in this game. This is literally broken. Oh, I was really pumped about this one. Wanted to try out Mission Catastrophe. I really like the publisher who made this game. There's a lot of cool things in it. One of my favorite miniatures of all time is in this game. And there's some really cool stuff in Mission Catastrophe. Basically, you can pick so many different kinds of characters to be in this game. You can be the janitor. You can be an admiral. I like all that. But it's semi-cooperative. And I was told, hey, semi-cooperative was going to work in this one. Nah. And even if it's not semi-cooperative, okay, so the semi-cooperative game first, you're just basically running around. You have some actions. You run out of actions really quickly. The ship is blowing up. Even if you play full co-op, I didn't find the full co-op to be particularly engaging. But the semi-co-op is just run around, collect cards, try to mess over the other players. And there's a lot of cool ideas in this game, but it just doesn't come together. There's a lot of cool pieces. This one I was really disappointed in because I really had high hopes for this one. And then finally, we have Kids Against Maturity, the Illustrated Edition. Now, I kind of raged against the original version of this, but the designer said, hey, you said there should be pictures. Guess what? We added pictures. Fantastic. Let's go through a selection of the cards here of Kids Against Maturity. We have Diarrhea Cha-Cha-Cha, Poop Emoji, Poop spelled backwards, Diarrhea for Days, Bath Butt Bubbles, Big Butt Jones, Butt Sandwich, Butt Lovers Pizza, Butt Chin, Butt Burp, Butt Breath, Butt Bingo, Brain Farts, A Fart Quickly Gone Wrong, Blaming a Fart in a Dog, Fart in a Pillow, Kindly Pass It to Someone Napping on a Couch, Fart in a Spacesuit, Fart in an Elevator, Push Every Button Going Up, Exit Waving, Fart Spray, Fart Tennis, Fart Ventriloquist. And there's a lot of cards I can't even read to you because they're not appropriate for kids. Or really anybody, because really, I mean, ooh, the fascination, this is trash. But now it's trash with pictures. That's garbage. Maybe I wasn't as disappointed with that one because I kind of went in thinking it's not going to get much better, and guess what? It's not. It's Cards Against Humanity. There are things in here for adults, honestly. They'll do a phrase for kids, and the kids are like, oh, that's a funny phrase. But now that they added the pictures to it, it's kind of like, well, I don't know who this is for, but it ain't for me. All right. Disappointments. Oh, well. Maybe you like some of these games, though, and if that's the case, tell people in the comments and tell them how wrong I am so they can check them out, and you might like them. A couple here in particular, I think, Mountains Out of Molehills, it might not have been for me, but I think a lot of people might enjoy that. The Plan might work with a few people, and Mission Catastrophe, I know a lot of people are going to really enjoy this one. But the color one's broken, Jenga Maker, meh, and I'm not even going to talk about this last piece of trash. So anyway, I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time on the Dice Tower.